Hello, this is Mish from Downtime Distraction, bringing you another first look video. So this one is the game AI Space Core. So this came out on the 19th of December 2015 and it's developed and published by Game Art Studio. So before I jump into some gameplay, I'll put the subscribe button bottom left hand corner. Please subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And let's jump into some gameplay. Okay, here we go. So there's the ship. I'm using keyboard and mouse, but this game does have gamepad support. But I found using the gamepad was almost pointless, as this control of the sights or target really needs to be done by the mouse to actually make it work correctly. So yeah, keyboard and mouse. So left click is fire basic rounds. Right click is fire rockets. As you see, center big circle is your map, and I guess radar, if you want to. It's probably best to call it radar. So it doesn't show asteroids, it just shows enemies and your location you need to go in. To the left of that is I guess the bottom green bar is your ship's health. The one above that is actually how much you overheat your weapons. So on top of that, where it says number 7, that's your rocket, and in the middle, I'll let you cycle through. So that is a health boost, which you can get, I'll show you later, and that is a shield, which you can get by picking stuff up as well. So here we go, here's some enemy coming at me. Okay, so we'll have to hold off these AI ships for 1 minute. The time left is 48 seconds, so pretty simple task here. The guys with the blue, they kind of look blue with the red stripe on them, the guy just shot, they're actually my allies. It's quite hard to decipher the difference between them initially, because you think just everyone's your enemy, but no. So the guys with lots of red on them are generally the enemy, and the guys with generally blue propulsion engines and kind of more of a grey look, yeah, your ally. So as you can see, it is a lot of enemy piling out of that area. As you can probably see as well, the AI seem a little simple. Okay, so he's found the blueprints and he's found a secret way to get into the building. With this game as well, I should have mentioned initially, it is in early access. So whilst it's released on Steam, it's in Steam early access. So everything we see can change and may change. Ooh. Okay, so this is very annoying, this area. I'm trying to they jettison explosives, and sometimes you can't shoot them. Okay, so I have done this level before. I've actually completed the game. So I know what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to blow up these, I guess, the power supply for these turrets. So you gotta slowly pick them off. Oh, that was good. That was awesome too. There we go. Just gotta get one hit on them to drop the turret. Okay, so then take out these ones to get rid of that one. This little area is probably my favorite area of the whole game, because initially, obviously now I know what to do, but this type of gameplay I think is the better gameplay out of everything in this game. Just kind of running around, sneaking around corners, trying to figure a little bit of a puzzler initially, but you could go down the route of doing this more and make it puzzler heavy as well as other types. And as you can hear as well, the soundtrack is I think it's really annoying. I've left it on just so you guys can hear it, but to me it's really annoying, and it's probably the only soundtrack for a long time I actually want to turn off. So that is less than ideal. So let me just. So what we've got to do here is we've got to sneak around the back of these turrets and blow up some more generators. so that our guys can fight through. Also, actually, what I'll do here, I see in the middle I have 500 health, so let me power that on. So power up. So you select it and right click to activate it. So then that'll slowly regenerate me. Get away. Okay, so it's ticking away while trying to get this stuff down. Oh, a little bit of frame rate loss at the moment. It runs quite well for the most part. I've had it crash once or twice, but for the most part it actually performs not too bad. Okay, I think there's one more there. Last one. Come on, there we go. Got them all. Right, now my guys will take out the turrets. Here we go. Now it's tide has turned. Let's get the enemy. So defeat all remaining AI. Okay, there we go. Our guys are wiping them out. I'll put my shield on too. I think this really more helps against asteroids than anything else. I can't get through. There's too many of us. Okay. Any more? Oh, yep. Some radar tells me there's some more hanging around out here. One more, possibly. Ooh, one more. Hey, successful. Okay, so yeah, 5 minutes, 58 seconds to complete that. And as you can see, I could improve on that, but it was just more of a quick example of gameplay. Okay, so I'll show you one more game type. Okay, so I just wanted to show this gameplay as well. So this is after you finish the game, there is 2 bonus levels. So they're like a timed level. So they're, you can do them. They go forever, and they also lead to a Steam leaderboard. So there's longevity in that. I guess. As you can see, this one, you could make this type of thing a lot more interesting. I mean, this was pretty interesting in itself. Woo! Let's go in the middle. Go in the middle. Take the hit. Take the hit. Take the hit. You can make it quite interesting and do a whole bunch of crazy stuff in here. Oh. I think I'm gonna make it. Because I've done this one before and I got through the first level and then I just died. But yeah, the other bonus level is going through a wormhole. So you do that same type of thing in a couple of missions anyway. So you go through a wormhole, you go through an asteroid field, and that's in essence what the other one is. So the other one is just a bit of a rehash of other content, but this one's a new map, and it is a little bit interesting. I guess you could make it, you could add a lot into this, do a lot of crazy stuff. You could even go down the route of just levels like this, scrap a campaign and just do a whole bunch of tricky ones you gotta keep running, Okay, so then it repeats. So they get harder and harder. That gets faster and faster, and there's just more and more stuff. But yeah, I'll leave it here, and we'll go into my thoughts on the overall game in all its aspects. Okay, so let's talk about the overall game. So graphically, I think it's good. It's the design of the ships that you play is nice. The quality of the textures throughout the game seems to be nice. The quality of the bases and the enemy ships, it's all a good quality. I especially like the debris fields. I think they're really well put together. A lot of thought's gone into those. The enemy ships seemed a little bit unoriginal. I'm sure I've seen that type of thing in many other games, but that's fine. The background, so as I said, the debris fields, I like them. I like the look of the actual background textures as well. That's all quite nice and high quality. So overall, graphically, I think it's not a bad looking game at all. The explosions, quite good. what I would like to see is a bit of inertia on a ship. So when you're doing a bit of a turn, maybe you see something there. So it just seems a bit on rails. So that could be something they could look at. Audio. Now, I'm a real stickler when it comes to audio. So for me, I guess my first thing that they could look at, so this is all early access, so this can all be looked at. That's why it's in early access. So but the audio, first thing is the lack of any voice acting. I think that really is a bad point. Having to read text all the time whilst trying to do a mission, and the text fields don't really hang there very long, is less than ideal. That's for sure. If they were to add a couple of voices in there, or I guess there's 2 or 3 main people in the story, you know, obviously there's a cost associated to that and also work, but to me the amount of effort really would be worth it. And another major point with audio, there is no sound of the engine, so there's no sound of propulsion with your ships. That to me, that's terrible. I don't know why you would not add that. It's like releasing a car game without the sound of an engine. You just wouldn't do it. So there's no, I guess that, in essence, that changes how the gameplay is, because the feel of the ship just isn't there because there's no sound to it. So bear that in mind when we're talking about gameplay. They could do a bit of radar, a better job on the radar, so the radar actually pings when there's items around that you can pick up or utilize. So that will be a positive step in the right direction. And probably the last thing in regards sound, I guess the quality of the soundtrack, whilst the quality is fine, the tracks are terribly repetitive, and I don't think they suit the world that they're trying to represent. To me, it's almost like elevator music, and it should be something dark, either slow and dark or fast and dark, to represent that AI menace that the game is trying to show. It doesn't. So that's another thing I think they could work on. Well, yeah, let's move on to gameplay. So I say the ships handle okay, but I might say the ships handle really nicely if they had the look of power, so the ship moved with an inertia, and you had the sound of propulsion there. To me, those factors really make the ship average. The ship movement is average because of that. The control of the ship is nice. I like having the WAS and D controlling the movements and a mouse controlling where I'm shooting. I think that's very nice, and you can spin around quite quickly, so that is nice. The enemy AI seems very simplistic. They just seem to run at you. They don't seem to do anything else but try and get in your face. So that could be worked on. Maybe try and get some different ones that behave differently to mix it up a bit. And the other one, I guess there's a few other ones that kind of sit there and just spin around. It's very simplistic. You can see from the footage how they behave, and it's less than ideal. Gameplay, so I guess the ship feels okay. The AI is very simple, but they've mixed it up with a lot of variation in the gameplay. So every level has almost a different thing you need to do, from exploration to just holding off enemies, to picking up items, to going through asteroid fields, so dodging asteroids, to going through wormholes, so dodging asteroids and red energy and picking up green energy. So there is a lot of variation there, which is nice. So that, I guess that is the positive to the gameplay. But what I think also lets it down a bit is a real lackluster array of weapons. So having your main weapon and one rocket is not enough. You need to be able to upgrade or pick up items. Even do things where you can pick up items to upgrade your basic weapon, so it changes from 2 lasers to 3, or it changes from the fire rate, or it changes the degree of the spread of the weapon. You could do so much with titles like this, and it just is a bit disappointing that they've gone for such a simplistic weapon system, as well as the other things I've mentioned. But as I say, early access, this all can change. So yeah, currently the price in American is $7.96. For me, that's a bit steep. Actually, it's very steep. Early access to me is more about supporting a game. You know it's not ready, but you don't charge that much for it. So it's more of a get behind this, let's build a community so we can release it and release a successful game. So I don't think the price really fits. For the amount of content, I finished this game in about an hour and a half, and I was not rushing. So there is only 7 levels. One of them, I admit, has 2 levels in it, so you could say 8, or 6 campaign and 2 bonus missions, which the bonus missions are never ending, because it's more of a hold out for as long as you can in an asteroid field, in a wormhole, and you can get and on a Steam leaderboard. So yeah, 6 campaign, 2 repetitive levels. That is not enough for this price tag. If this game was amazing, I would still probably say an hour and a half of content of campaign is not enough for nearly $10. So I would say, if anything, possibly even scrap those bonus levels and just get more campaign in. I don't think the bonus levels add anything to it, because you play that type of thing. You could play that type of thing in the campaign anyway, so why not just add it to make a level which is the bonus levels, but make them a campaign? It doesn't make sense to just have these random bonus levels at the end. But yeah, as I said, so price is too much. You know my thoughts on graphically, audio and gameplay. This is early access, so it all can change. But I'd say for now, probably avoid this title. I think the cost is too much for what you're going to get out of it, unless you really want to support them. By all means, keep track of it, because they have added a level recently, and that was, I think, 10 days after release. So they are working on it. So that is very positive. But to me at the moment, the price tag is not worth it. If they lowered the price and keep working on content, and then maybe you could and also fix some of the points that I've mentioned, maybe then it could be worth a look. But yeah, keep an eye on it. Maybe try and provide some feedback to them if you have some suggestions. And yeah, I'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Give me a like if you liked it. Add some comments if you've played it or you want to suggest something. And subscribe would be awesome, and I'll see you next time.